Stinkrat the fire. Picked up some firewood. Go. Big chunks in here. So, hopefully these big ones will light properly. That should get it going. Now you're camping with Steve. Okay, it looks like it's gonna go, but just to be sure, I've thrown in some garbage from the car and some of these zip fire starters. Can't go wrong with a few of them in there. And definitely want to be nice and warm in these cold weather conditions. Oh yeah. Now with the fire going, it's time for a well-deserved step 2. Yum yum. Time of year, I don't even need a cooler. I just leave stuff out in the snow. Actually, I have to put hand warmers in my cooler to stop stuff from freezing. Neat times out here. So this will be the actual shelter is going to be this tree. And I'll just quickly set up the shelter here. All right, done. I'll just put the sleeping bag on there and sleep right by the fire, under the stars. I'm going to get dinner started simmering now because it's going to be a stew tonight. And that'll take a while to cook. So, use your regular knife you took out of the kitchen, IKEA brand, and brown up some beef. A little oil. The meat is browned, and I just picked up one of these packages of beef stew spice mix stuff, and I'm pretty sure I can throw it all into hot, get it boiling. Okay. Don't waste anything flammable around here. And the instructions call for 2 cups of water. That sounds gross, so I'm just going to use Guinness. Dollar store bottle opener. All right. Don't burn your spoon. Yeah, that stirred up. When I throw in the vegetables and potatoes later, I'm just using cans of potatoes, cans of vegetables, and I'll just dump them all in. So this has got a long time to simmer. As that's simmering and cooking, I'll just briefly mention what I brought with me. A cheap tarp from Sporting Goods store here, $40 or so. Cheap sleeping bag from that same store. Canadian Tire, if anybody is curious, but you may know that's where I do a lot of shopping. The fire starter was just a standard issue road flare from the auto department of said store. Whatever I could scrounge out of the kitchen. And this, typical folding chair, Outbound brand. It's actually broken, but works good enough. And I just got, clothes from the thrift store on, keeping myself warm today. So while this cooks, I'll do a quick walk around before we lose our daylight, and then we are going to be eating good tonight. There is a garbage for my garbage, so that's convenient. I'm the only one here, of course. Just gonna walk down. I think the bathrooms are locked up, but I'll check. Awesome. Washrooms are open. So sadly, there is a highway right there, so there's some road noise. But I drove in looking for a spot that was further from the road, and it's not plowed, so I got a little scared, and then I just decided I'll camp right here to avoid any problems. And a playground with a swing set over there, should I choose to indulge later. I don't see a lot of animal tracks out here, but I did see some out on the road, so I'll go take a look at what we might have out here for wildlife. There hasn't been too much wildlife around here, judging by the tracks lately, but there's a lake just up there. I'm going to go peek at the lake. That lake's a lot farther than I thought. I might just mind my stew and have another step 2. Step 3. So, I tasted that. Basically, I think I got a little overboard putting that whole can of stout in there. So, I had to water it down with beef broth. And kind of chuck in some onions. Let that simmer some more. And of course, throw in a little pepper. All right. And you can add more liquid to the fuel here because I was not anticipating the stout to boil down to such an aggressive flavor. But when I added the broth to it, that was fine. So, potatoes. I've never used canned potatoes before, but I really like convenient camping things. Okay. Diced potatoes. Got a date with the stew. And so do the sweet peas and carrots. And again, I'm not straining them because I want to water